Hey guys, welcome to a new video. For those of you that don't know, my name is Jenna. I do a lot of tech, lifestyle, vlogs, travel, sometimes cooking. There's a whole lot of stuff that happens here, but we have the new MacBook out, and this is the M1 that I've been using. This is the new 16-inch M1 Max MacBook. I believe in honesty and I believe in full transparency for my audience, and I'm here to correct a statement that I once said. I actually may have said it multiple times. That statement was, I don't even use the touch bar. Well, in my review video that I'm still working on my full review of the new MacBook, I have learned that I do, in fact, use the touch bar, and I'm gonna tell you guys why I now miss it. It's been less than a week that I've had the M1 Max maxed out 16-inch computer, but let me tell you about some things that I'm missing, and it's basically related to the touch bar. The statement is true. You never know what you have until it's gone. The first thing, let's talk about Final Cut. The majority of the things that I do on my MacBook is editing. I edit in Final Cut. I'm also a PC user, so I have different, things that I use different computers for. But Final Cut. With Final Cut, while you are editing, here are some options of different shortcuts that are just right there for you. Yes, there are shortcuts on the keyboard, but easily, if I just want to stop
to register, it isn't too late.
Right here, I hit this button, and it shortens the clip for me. There's probably a shorter version of that, but that was one of the things where I was like, oh, okay, I use the touch bar for that. The major realization that I came to was when I was typing an iMessage and I went to send an emoji. Usually I scroll through the emojis on the touch bar, and when I went like this on the new MacBook and realized there was no more touch bar, I almost fell over in shock. This is what I posted on Twitter. It was kind of like that, but more dramatic. So iMessages, I usually hit the emoji button. I'm just up here scrolling until I find the emoji I want to find. Now yes, there are shortcuts for that. We can do this right here, this button down here, it pulls it up. There is also, I believe, Control-Command-Space, which pulls it up. That's not really a shortcut, that's like, what, 3 extra buttons, where this works just fine. Didn't realize that I used the touch bar so much for emojis. But yes, there are obviously workarounds around all of this, and yes, I will adapt. I'm just venting with you, and I wanted to come set the record straight that I do, in fact, and I did use the touch bar. Now this next one was one that I, once again, didn't realize that I used so much. There is a feature on the touch bar where if you are checking out, if you have purchased an item and you need to type in your billing or your shipping address, your saved addresses will pop up. Right, I'm not gonna obviously have this pop up, but your saved addresses will pop up in the touch bar where you then hit that. It autofills in all of your information and saves you so much time where you no longer have to type in your address, type in all of your information. I don't know how to do it on this one. The past couple times I have purchased something, I was just typing it in, but I didn't realize that the touch bar for having saved addresses, also different credit cards, you can scroll through your different credit cards. It was a pretty sad realization. Another thing that's kind of weird is that the mute button is right here, F10, which it is the same over here as well. But for some reason on the new MacBook, it feels like it should be here. I have no idea why that feels like that to me, but anytime I go to mute my computer, I end up turning up the volume because that's kind of where it felt like it should be to me. Kind of liked having the volume where I can do like a scroll. Now it's like, okay, click the button. The scrolling was such a nice little feature. This touch bar, man, I can't believe I took it for granted. Although, I will say, the one thing that I didn't like about the touch bar was how I kept accidentally hitting the Siri, and I'm like, no, I don't need you. Like, go away. I am still working on my full review. These were just some things that stood out to me, and when I realized that I have put out there in the universe that I didn't use the touch bar, I was mistaken, and I apologize to anyone that I lied to, because I use the touch bar, and I'm here to admit my faults and my lies. Anyway guys, let me know in the comments what you want to see featured in the full review of the 16-inch M1 Max MacBook. I'm gonna be working on that this weekend. And thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. I promise there is gonna be more content soon. I'm sorry for lying to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, touch bar, for existing. Now I miss it. Oh my gosh. I also would like to clear up the record that in my last video I lied where I said I'm only gonna be shooting on SD cards. I was shooting on a CF Express card, which didn't work with my dongle. So I don't know if that was software. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you again soon. Bye.